I think people would just be shocked.
It's the most dangerous form of counterfeiting in the sense that you're putting it in your body.
Boric acid,
The ink from inkjet cartridges,
floor wax.
brick dust, talcum powder.
When a patient thinks they're buying something other than an authentic product, they're playing Russian roulette. Anything could be in that tablet.
We had a case where the pills they were making, they were using boric acid.
Boric acid is used to keep from getting the cockroaches and so forth, so it's not something you really want to take.
Mix it with colorant if they need a red pill, or mix it with yellow if they need a yellow pill. They would produce the tablet in the bathroom next to the toilet, put them in blisters, put the Pfizer logo on it, put the Pfizer name on the product, and then they'd sell it on the internet, and then they ship it out all over the world.
These counterfeits now have foils, have holograms, the pills are embossed, they're the same colors, the sizes are the same, so they do a lot to confuse the customer.
It's a significant health and safety problem that I don't think the public fully appreciates. Taking a counterfeit medicine is not like buying a counterfeit watch that, ticks a little funny.
It's the most dangerous form of counterfeiting in the sense that you're taking this medication, you're putting it in your body.
The problem with counterfeit drugs is we don't know what's in it. They have been found to have lead paint, talc, other things that can cause harm to the patient.
We've seen sheetrock, boric acid, rat poison, anything you can think of that would hold a pill shape, they've tried to employ when manufacturing counterfeits.
When a patient goes online and they're getting something other than an authentic product, they're playing Russian roulette. Anything could be in that tablet, and it could be manufactured anywhere.
We've been very successful in taking out laboratories, finding them and seizing them and dismantling those laboratories in China, India, Pakistan, Peru, Colombia.
They're all over. The smuggling organizations, where they were getting their stuff from, how they were getting it in. Those are all the same with counterfeit medicines as they would be with cocaine, as they would be with illegal arms.
And they're able to just use their established distribution networks and simply substitute the counterfeit medicines for the narcotics that they had been distributing.
It's very much like money laundering. So they'll route these medicines around the globe. The key is to have the last stop coming from a country that generally be trustworthy in the eyes of the patient. That's why Canada's picked so much. The patient has a sense of, if it's coming from Canada, it's got to be legitimate.
These rogue websites will disguise themselves as legitimate pharmacy sites. Many of them will pretend that they're Canadian or U.S. based. That's not the case.
They're not real pharmacies whatsoever. They're not sanctioned. They're not legitimate.
They'll claim it's completely safe, maybe even claim that there's a money-back guarantee. Whatever they have to do to get you to purchase things through that website.
The worst case scenario is really bad. The counterfeit good has some very bad chemicals in it, so there's a health issue. And on top of that, you've now provided your credit card number, your address, your phone. So to add insult to injury, you really are paying someone to steal your identity and your credit card and sell you fake goods.
A message that I hope people won't take away is that they can't buy medications online. That would be the wrong message. People can, and it is safe.
Online pharmacies are fine, as long as it's a reputable, legitimate pharmacy.
And consumers can find those sites very easily. You can go to our website at vipspharmacies.net and search a list of legitimate pharmacies online. And you'll have all the information about that pharmacy that you need, as if you were using a brick-and-mortar pharmacy.
There are a lot of traditional drug traffickers that have switched to counterfeit prescription drugs because the risk of detection is much lower.
There were studies that showed selling counterfeit medicines could make 2,000 times more profit than somebody selling heroin. It is absolutely huge. 100 countries in which we found counterfeit products. Anti-malarials are of particular concern in Africa and other areas of the world where malaria is still a problem. It's a problem that authorities estimate cause hundreds of thousands of deaths every year.
It's much more than a Viagra problem. We've seen over 44 different Pfizer products counterfeited.
Viagra is the most counterfeited Pfizer product that you're going to find. But you're also going to find Lipitor. You're also going to find Norvasc. All of these products you're finding are being counterfeited.
Counterfeit Norvasc was nothing but talc. It was pure talcum powder pressed into a tablet.
Several years ago in Colombia, there was Ponstan, which is yellow glossy tablet, which was made with boric acid. It was held together with brick dust. It was given the yellow color with leaded highway paint, and then to give it shine, they coated it with floor wax.
I was very surprised at how much antibiotics are being counterfeited. The biggest counterfeit laboratory that I've seen was the one that was in a house in the middle of Ecuador. And it was a house with an 8-foot wall around it. And this particular laboratory was counterfeiting about 4 or 5 different Pfizer products. And the home had a machine that filled ampules for antibiotics. They were filling it with oil. It was cooking oil. You just really couldn't fathom the fact that somebody would not have a conscience knowing that this antibiotic could be injected into a child or into some elderly person and that would have no effect. Yeah, these are bad people.
You're funding criminal enterprises. You're potentially funding designated terrorism organizations.
I don't think patients understand that a counterfeit is not made by a scientist. I don't think that they understand a counterfeit is being sold and the funds that you give to buy that product is supporting a criminal organization.
There are a number of websites that offer legitimate medications, and consumers can find those sites very easily. You can go to our website at vipspharmacies.net and search a list of legitimate pharmacies online. And you'll have all the information about that pharmacy that you need. Where it's licensed, where it's located, who the pharmacist is, what products they dispense, and other information that you would normally want and access as if you were using a brick and mortar pharmacy.